I'm sure everyone who has ever used the internet has heard about the infamous Andrew Tate, the guy who tells you that you're no man without having three things in life: money, luxury items, and women. In fact, his main stream of income for quite a while has been this so called Hustlers University, which has approximately 200,000 subscribers. For $50 a month per person, that quickly adds up. He has been one of the most searched individuals for the entirety of 2022. Now, most of you probably know him as a controversial, wealthy, and buff man. He ballooned in popularity right after he started offering anybody who signed up for his Hustlers University an affiliate link. Anybody who could get others to join the affiliate program would receive 50% off of their monthly subscription. As both Jake Tran and Coffeezilla have already debunked the entire Hustlers University, I'm going to link their videos in the description, while giving you a brief on how it operates, just for context. Now, while the affiliate program has stopped, people who had an affiliate link can still earn money. So how does he do it? Well, you first join the Hustlers University through their website. It's a $50 fee. You then get invited to a Discord server with various ways to make money, from crypto to dropshipping. In the earlier days, most people would make money with affiliate links. How? The Discord server has a detailed guide on how to make a channel on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, and would give you a template that you could use for every short video that you posted.
At first, it was just a course on how to make money, dating tips, and advice on how to escape the matrix. But then in late 2021, the program underwent a pretty big change and relaunch as Hustlers University 2.0. Overall, the aesthetic and production quality of Hustlers University leaves a little bit to be desired, but if you're a teenage boy that doesn't know anything about making money, the education was actually pretty decent. Definitely better than nothing. And here's how it works. For $49 a month, you got to choose to learn one of 7 different ways to make money online, from crypto to freelancing to copywriting to dropshipping and more. Whatever pathway you chose, you would get access to all sorts of lessons from Tate's hand-picked professors. And it was all hosted in a Discord server, where you and the community of students could discuss how to stop being a wage slave brokey.
The genius here was that Andrew realized that the first video you posted on TikTok would always have a huge reach. Since TikTok wouldn't know what type of content works, every new channel would almost always get a lot of views for its first video. Thus, he started exploiting this. Whoever had the affiliate link was given a full tutorial, and the controversial clips needed to make a channel and post said video. This is why you will always see the same clip posted on 100 different accounts. Everybody would create a channel and post those controversial clips, because that would increase the engagement, as people would fight over whatever was said in the video in the comments, and thus whoever would post the clips could promote their affiliate link for the Hustlers University on their YouTube or TikTok channels. Andrew Tate is an incredibly controversial figure. Most of his content is basically this persona of a strong, buff, and rich man who owns a lot of cars and houses. He uses this as leverage, stating that since he has amassed all of this wealth, he knows how to teach you how to make money too. All of this for a small fee of $50 a month on his university. But the biggest scam in all of this is what the person that most people sign up to see, Andrew Tate, is nowhere to be seen apart from the front page of his university's website, which states that since he has all of this wealth, he very well knows how to teach you how to make all of this money too. The entire Discord server has these so-called professors, most with pretty scummy histories and not even a quarter of Andrew's charisma, who apparently can teach you how to make money. The worst part? All of this information is freely available to you on the internet. There are millions of free videos on YouTube itself that teach you how to do everything that is taught in this Discord server, and more. And all of his ideas are publicly available. I'm sure most of you have heard the term of dropshipping. Most of you know about trading in the crypto market, or being a seller on Amazon. All of this is widely and publicly available information. Now, all of this has been discussed in depth by some trusted and some sketchy YouTubers, whom I will list below. And all I ask is that you watch their videos with an open mind, because it will broaden your perspective. Now, what is the point of this video? See, I have a problem with Andrew. And it's not the misogyny or the money is everything persona, or even the constant flaunting of luxury items that I have a problem with. I mean, I do have a problem with it, but it is pretty widely dealt with on YouTube, Twitter, etc. Because there have been many who do the same before him, right? Now, what I do have a problem with is how he not only abuses and radicalizes this new and young generation of males who are now more aware of internet and social media. But he does this while making huge sums of money from right under their noses. He will constantly talk about how wealth is everything. In fact, I have a very controversial tweet from him. Now, just below his tweet is a wonderful response from a man. Now, at the end of the day, we have to realize that the people who work from 9 to 5, the people who slave away every day for minimum wage, are who keep our society functional and alive. Without masons, firefighters, and teachers, we wouldn't have a functional society. Everybody who has earned millions or billions has done so off of the back of these guys. These guys are the pillars of our society. From the people who work in factories to policemen, they are who keep our society functional. So before anybody here says, well, Andrew is right in this tweet, please rethink and take into perspective everything I've just said. Here's some more evidence of what a horrible person he truly is. On his website, he himself states how he runs a webcam business. And what's worse is how he boasts about getting his prior partners, who are never in this industry, into his business. And also willingly boasts about exploiting his so-called girlfriends and partners, as I previously stated. In fact, 50% of the people on his webcam business had never ever heard of this industry before or been involved in it. In fact, many of you would have heard about his recent arrest. In a personal perspective, let me tell you that nobody gets arrested twice in suspects of organized crime and human trafficking charges without having some connection to it. Also, just to show you how insecure this man is, here is his response to a tweet that Greta Thunberg replied that he provoked and started.
Release some greenhouse gases. I'm obviously a stranger to online controversy. It's not something I often do. But now, the mainstream press is commenting on the fact that I was informing Greta that my very extensive car collection with internal combustion engines, which run on dead dinosaurs, have an enormous emission profile. And she replied by telling me her own email address. Greta's email address is, I have small dick energy. Why would that be your own email address, Greta? Strange. I mean, also, I don't want to assume her gender. It's 50-50, but it is what it is. I'm not actually mad at Greta. Please bring me pizza and make sure that these boxes are not recycled. Thank you. So, I'm not actually mad at Greta, right? Because she doesn't realize she's been programmed. She doesn't realize she's a slave of the Matrix. She thinks she's doing good. Someone has sat her down and convinced her to try and convince you to beg your government to tax you into poverty to stop the sun from being hot. And then, because I called her out on it, the global matrix got this bot farm to like and retweet and all this bot commenting to try and pretend that her telling me that she has a small dick and her own email address somehow teaches me a lesson. Welcome to a new episode of The Clown Show. But now I know, at least, that Greta, with a little hate-filled face, bitter, sitting somewhere without the heating on, in the cold, a little hat, shivering, views my tweets, which is going to make my Twitter account far more fun into eternity.
While researching Andrew Tate and digging deeper, I came across a thread on Reddit, and this reply perfectly sums up most rational people's thoughts about him. Credit to you/Cano. In response to this comment, to me, the denial comes from the refusal to take into account all of the information about what kind of a man Andrew Tate really is. When we listen to you guys, it's almost as if he were a standard life coach YouTuber with a positive attitude, selling sports merchandise and selling a fake self-made man persona. We're talking about a man whose discourse would be criminal in many countries and who's been banned from all major social media sites except for Twitter because of Musk's ownership recently, who was on the run from the authorities for months because of multiple allegations of rape and human trafficking, who's publicly shown how toxic and insecure he is after going on about a young woman, 19-year-old Greta Thunberg, for no reason at all. He taunted her, and that was the reply I showed you previously. And as if it were not enough, he displays how truly idiotic he is by giving himself up to the authorities in a video so ridiculous for its display of insecure masculinity that it defies parody. My point is that these traits of a character are well known. It's not as if we're suddenly discovering who Andrew Tate is. I interpret this as willful rejection of Andrew Tate's horrible and terrible criminal side. To be short, I use the word denial, u/cano, on a reply to the comment I previously showed. According to the information we have, Andrew Tate is not just saying if you want something, go get it, unless of course he means by force. When the original commenter says, besides all the cut up, out of context, misogynistic crap, Andrew Tate's misogyny is so pathologic that it turns into a caricature. Tate moved from the United Kingdom to Romania in 2017, claiming that 40% of the reason for his move was the belief that Romania would be less likely to investigate sexual assault cases. On April 11, 2022, the police raided two properties in Ilfov country, Romania, including Tate's mansion, after the US Embassy alerted them that an American woman might be held at the property. 2 women were found and claimed that they were being held there against their will, sparking an investigation into human trafficking and rape. This video is also another example.
You say a lot of stuff about women like that they're your property.
That's not what I said. I was talking about an OnlyFans company when that question was asked. But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So if she wants to do OnlyFans, she owes him some money because she's his.
Well, that's crazy. That one's crazy.
So you think that a man going out with a girl, that's just your property?
That one was nuts.
I'm nuts now. Good.
If a guy and a girl is dating and a girl does OnlyFans, she owes him a cut?
She is his girl.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Because she's his.
So that is you saying that women are your property.
It's not about being property. It's about the fact that she belongs to him. And the intimate parts of her body belong to him because they're in a relationship. And if she wants to sell those, he has a stake in those intimate parts of her body.
So it's reverse. A male porn star owes the woman.
I don't know, because I think the women belong to the man. I think the woman's given
that's
over
inherently where you get called sexist for.
I'm convinced that the original commenter knows what kind of a person we're talking about. He just chooses, consciously or not, to repress that aspect of the character. This is seen in many young males throughout the social media's platform, with plenty defending his actions and actually agreeing with everything Andrew talks about. And I mean every single action that Andrew talks about. Furthermore, his views on depression. Depression isn't a belief, it's a state of being that is fully recognized by the medical community and treatable. It's like saying you don't believe in cancer, and if you have depression, actually addressing it will help you. Whereas Tate says to just pretend it doesn't exist, which will only make it worse and prolong it. No one is telling you to wallow in misery if you're depressed. You should acknowledge it and hopefully treat it. You're a full human being with a full range of emotions and states of being. Acknowledge and accept them all. That is what makes you human. In conclusion, a few years ago, nobody had even heard of Andrew Tate. I mean, he was a nobody. But I was shocked to see the number of his videos popping up and how frequently he is mentioned in Reddit or even other social media discussions. My idea was that he was just another in the long line of masculine grifters, saying anything to just gain money and fame. But the problem is not just him. It's partially him, in fact 75% him, but it's also the surprising number of people who buy into that ideology, which is growing slowly. If not exactly similar ideologies like Insuldown, which are gaining prominence, even in the Indian context, you can clearly see a fault line between the sexes. So I wondered what happened. What made it into such a warlike situation between the genders? Is it a natural response to the rise of feminism or an effect of it? Can it all be blamed on the patriarchal foundation of society? And if they will be blamed for that, what is the way forward? There is no possible way to actually say that almost half of the population is good or bad and then deal with it. All I can do is present my side of this whole conundrum to you and hope that whoever is watching this video will make an informed decision on who to trust and who not to trust on social media platforms and the internet in general. Everybody has a good and bad side to them. The problem with Andrew is that for every good thing he says, he will either contradict it in the future or ruin it with another millions of beliefs of his. I have linked a few videos and interviews and debunking videos that I believe each of you should give a watch. It will give you a lot of more proof and a deeper insight into his industry. If and whenever you have time, I highly recommend you watch it. Thanks for watching, and I hope if you do, and if you have ever thought that Andrew Tate was in the right, this will change your mind.
Two oceans in between us, and away for sure. There's a gate